Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Hi everybody, this is Aveeno, and this is the probably first episode of Who is Player One. Today we have a special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Michael.
Alright, Michael, nice to meet you. Thank you for being the technical episode 1 guest. Now, what are we playing today, and why did you pick it?
Today I'm playing League of Legends. This is actually a special map. It's called ARAM. It stands for All Random, All Mid. Most people, when they play League of Legends, they think of like a 5-game summary with 3 lanes. This is more of like a fun mode, but I mainly only play this, so it's a very niche game mode for League of Legends players. But there are a select number of players that do play this game mode, just not as many as the normal game.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess before we enter with more questions about League of Legends and games in general, let's get a better picture of you. So, how old are you?
I'm 23.
And where are you originally from?
I'm from Menlo Park, California.
So are you in high school, college, or have you graduated and working?
I'm still in college. It's taken me 5 years studying computer science, but thinking of going to grad school. So, you know, I play games right now just to relax. Most of the time, I don't take anything too seriously.
Cool. So what are you studying?
Computer science, and then also chemistry
Alright, cool.
and some health science stuff as well.
So besides League of Legends, of course, gaming, and all your studying, anything else you like to do for fun, hobbies, stuff like that?
I have a fair bit of hobbies, so I do like to fish quite often. It's like ocean fishing, fly fishing. I like to make some mead, which is a honey wine, and I have a saltwater fish tank. So a fair bit of hobbies.
And just a few shorter ones. Favorite movie?
My favorite movie right now is probably going to be The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh, really?
It's a Wes Anderson one.
Okay. And favorite TV show?
It's going to have to be Futurama. It's an all-time favorite. I've watched it multiple times. Really like the show.
Honestly, I think it probably has the best run with like 10
Yeah.
solid seasons. I don't think any show has had like
Yup.
a perfect run in my opinion. But no, that's great. Good to know. So that's a brief introduction to Michael, and I guess now we'll enter the more gaming related questions. So in a week, how often would you say you game?
Before probably this week, I was a little busy with classes, so it would only be maybe once a week on like a Saturday or a Friday when, you know, I'm just trying to relax, trying to unwind from the week. But now I have a little more free time. League of Legends games, they only last like 20-30 minutes, so I can play, you know, a game or two a night and not be too stressed out about wasting time or something like that.
Okay. And how long have you been gaming for?
Ooh, I have been gaming for quite some time, probably since I was like 6 or 7. I was playing like the Game Boy, just, you know, Tetris, things like that. Most of the times it would be online games. I don't typically pay for games. It's hard to pay for something if I'm only gonna play it, you know, once a month or something like that.
Time
And I
value
don't
of money,
exactly.
huh? Okay. So is going off of that, is the Game Boy the first console you ever played, or gaming platform, I guess?
Yeah, definitely the first platform. And then it went to, I think, like middle school. I was playing Miniclip, arcade games, you know, all those games. Trying to play in class and then hide the screen as fast as possible.
Okay. So what got you interested in playing the Game Boy to start this all with?
I'm not sure. I think it was a popular thing at the time. You know, parents were buying it for their kids. Something.
So
I
you
bet
saw
that-
it and
yeah.
you were just like, really want
I'm not sure if I was someone who saw it. I was actually a more like free range outdoor kid, playing outside, and then I got the Game Boy, and then there you go. I'm now inside all the time.
gaming player.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the first game you remember playing?
The Super Mario. I don't know the one.
Probably one of like the original Super
Yeah.
Mario's for the Game Boy?
Yeah.
Okay. So since then, it's been many years. How many and what consoles have you played since then?
Consoles. I played on the PS2. I bet you my brother, he's 4 years older than me. He had the PS1. But I was like too young to understand.
Like really understand what the whole point is?
Exactly.
Sure.
So the PS2, I love that thing. I still own one. I've owned 3 of them. The PS3, and then the Xbox 360, the Xbox One, and then now it's just PC games. Oh, and I had the Switch for a while.
So PS2, then you're going off of that, you mentioned you really love that. What's your favorite game for the PS2?
Oh, Need for Speed Underground
Speed
too, man.
Underground.
That's such a good game, and the soundtrack for that is so good.
I actually do remember the soundtrack specifically, even though I was never big into
Yeah.
racing. Okay, cool. So, going off all of that and the fact that you chose League of Legends, would it be fair to say that the PC is now your gaming platform of choice?
Definitely, it's very convenient as someone who's doing computer science. I can do work on my PC and then switch over to play games. It might be a little bit of a distraction if I see the game in the background and I'm doing work and I'm say, well, I have a little free time now. Maybe I'll just play a quick game or so, and then it turns into like 4 games. But that's just how it is.
Fair enough. So with computer science, I guess a lot of people have the image of like most of the people who like to build PCs are very technically, I guess, literate in that sense or in that field. Would it be fair to say you find more people playing PC games are somehow related to or in the computer science field?
Most definitely. The people that you meet who are playing PC games, they are, you know, they have some computer knowledge. They're quite comfortable. Some of them, like most of them I meet, have done a bit of programming themselves, or at least they're going to work in a field where they're going to be using their computer a lot.
Okay. So, what game have you played the longest overall in your life?
That is going to be a hard answer. It might be Minecraft. I think I played that for 7 years. I got it since alpha. It might be that or Team Fortress 2 actually.
Oh, wow, okay.
I have a lot of hours on both, and in League of Legends, I have these 3 games I've been playing just repetitively. Once I get a game that I like,
You really fall into a rhythm with it?
exactly.
Okay.
And I've stopped playing League for like sometime. The longest time was a year, and then usually I'll go a few months where I don't play, but then I'll just go back into it, and then I fall in love with it again.
Oh, cool. So I guess I want to delve deeper into Minecraft, especially because now it's experienced a very much resurgence in popularity. So, you played Minecraft, but did you ever play beyond just the normal build? Did you go mods? Did you do things like that?
I did do mods. Made my own mods. Did Bucket for a while. Was a server owner, server moderators. A lot of them. A lot of big ones. 100 player servers. One of them was actually building the first Halloween map. There's you can find it on the web. It's like a recreation or not Halloween, Hogwarts. Literally Hogwarts. Like the whole thing, the whole world of Hogwarts.
It's one of those mass servers where everyone works to recreate it?
Yes, this was crazy. When I stopped doing it was when the train station, it wasn't completed yet. I stopped playing. I just didn't have the time. This was when I was in high school. But I remember, you know, the summers in high school, I'd wake up, play Minecraft all the way till like 12 at night, and then go sleep and do the same thing over and over again. Like I religiously play Minecraft.
So how far was the progress into rebuilding Hogwarts when you left the train station? Like
it was, I would say like 80% done. Like this is pretty wild. I don't think.
So are we talking like Academy? Like what was the scale of this? Like what were they trying to build?
It looked like you can walk into Hogwarts and like the tunnels and everything. This is massive file. There were like a lot of backups to it. There was a pretty big team. I think there's like 15 people like keep building all the time. I think we definitely use creative mode because there was no way you could do this without it.
Of course.
I don't remember like how we managed it. I wasn't the personal owner, but I was just one of the workers. When you play Minecraft or something like that, you're always on the servers looking for new ones, looking for the top ones, and just joining and saying hi.
Okay. So you mentioned in all of that, you mentioned that you made some mods.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that? What kind of mods did you make?
Just like mods to shoot things with. I had like a vanilla server, so you know, things like you could just shoot TNT or like arrows that explode. I definitely had this. It's like I was trying to make fireworks. It didn't work out. It would just shoot like graphics up in the sky, but it wouldn't do the noise right. But that's what helped me get into programming. Definitely playing around with mods like that was based in like Java, JavaScript, a little introduction to programming, and then kind of foreshadowed the future.
Okay. So that I was gonna actually ask about that. Yeah. So working with mods in Minecraft, it's a coding kind of concept.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, how old were you when you did that? Like, how did you pick that up?
I was watching YouTube videos. definitely, I was pretty young, probably like 12 or 13, but you know, just tinkering around, watching, you know, hey, this is a Minecraft video, and I'm gonna show you how to do this, and okay, following along. Definitely had, I'll be honest, I ran a lot of hacks. For probably the good portion of the 7 years, probably 4 years, I was playing on faction servers, so PvP, you know, searching like Conquer. I was a griefer sometimes, but I was pretty, you know, sneaky about it, and like if I wanted to, yeah, very crafty. Things like, oh, it looks fine when you enter your house, but like a booby trap and then it blows up and kills you. Like kind of one of those like mentally like you are very mean. So hacks definitely helped me out there. Things like X-ray hacks. I personally worked alone. If I were to have a faction, factions allow you to own like a 10 by 10 square. So I have a lot of house designs that let me fit into a 10 by 10 square and put all my store and loot there. I'd have chests and chests of loot. Just you know, just sitting there, and I'd burn it sometimes. I'd be like, this is too much. Like, yeah.
Okay, so I have a few more Minecraft questions. One, seeing as you were very clearly savvy with all the ins and outs of Minecraft, what skin did you use in Minecraft?
I actually had this custom one. So in middle school, I did a 1-for-1 remake of the Inception trailer. Inception was I think it came out 2012.
Like 2012.
So we made a like frame by frame Inception trailer in Minecraft, and I personally made the Leonardo DiCaprio skin. It's one of a kind, and I've been using it since. It looks pretty good. Really? It has definitely aged
is
very
this video
well.
online? Like, if I wanted to find, is it possible to find it?
I don't know if I can still find it. I don't know. It's probably on my hard drive. It's pretty funny. We did a pretty good job.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Okay. Well, that's amazing.
It's the only skin I use. I mean, okay, I'll be honest. I have when I was hacking, or not really hacking, but like I had cheats and whatnot. I was probably running like 5 accounts. So I have my main one, and then I have backup accounts because sometimes I get banned, or like, you know, you gotta, or reported, or just you gotta like act like you're, you know, double agent, you know what I mean? Like I have another one, and then like I'd kill myself because I had like 2 computers running.
Like to get their trust.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and then they let me into their faction, and then I know where it is, and then bam, like infiltrated, faction destroyed from the inside. I was pretty mean.
It's a psychological game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Very fun.
Oh my gosh. Alright, so last Minecraft question before we move on to the next topic. What was your username?
Captain Mannington. And then I have like, you know, just random letter ones. I can't even remember all of them. I just log into it. I have like accounts just written down. You can buy it's like not, it's against eBay's policies, but I definitely bought a few eBay accounts.
Okay.
I buy and sell gaming accounts like League Legends. I've definitely sold a few accounts. Clash of Clans, definitely sold a lot of those accounts.
Yeah, okay. That actually makes a lot of sense, because
Yeah.
I imagine there's a lot of like building up procedures that people want to
Yeah,
get by.
definitely. You know, if you're going for like in Clash of Clans, if you're going for like a max power but like low like rating, so you can do the most amount of damage for having a low rating, there's a lot of strategy involved.
Okay. Well, speaking of League of Legends, I think I wanted to have a section where I ask you a bit about League of Legends, because that's not something I'm very familiar with. So, I guess starting off the League of Legends, when do you remember starting League of Legends? When did you catch the bug?
This is probably right after I graduated middle school, so right maybe around 8th grade. I remember seeing a lot of League of Legends posts on Imager, you know, just cosplayers probably, and I said, okay, I'll probably play it. It's free. It was free to play. I was definitely playing TF2 as well, and then I just kind of, you know, played a few games. I don't know why. None of my friends actually played League of Legends, so I don't know why I would play, and I don't know why I got hooked into it, but that's just how it is.
So you mentioned at the time none of your friends playing, but League of Legends being a very teen-centric game, I imagine you eventually had to find a core group to kind of play with. Is that
Definitely. There's I mean, looking everybody, any gamer is gonna look back, and you'll have like people that you used to play with years ago,
like your running group?
Exactly, but like then you see them like they haven't been online in like 5 years, and it hurts you. Like I had friends in Australia, who this was before the Oceania server. So this is before it was only like US server for them. And I remember just playing at like 3 or 4 in the morning with them because that's when they were online. So that was one of my running groups because I used to play pretty late into the night. A lot of people that I met, voice chatted with. No one who I met online, I don't think, from playing League of Legends, but definitely some good friends.
Okay. And so, how'd you go about finding people to play with, or like finding the people that made up your running group?
There's definitely you can with players you can find like a bit of synergy going on. For example, in the bot lane in League of Legends, it's a 2-player. There's a support and someone who does a lot of DPS. They're the ADC, attack damage carry. And so if you have like a synergy, I used to play support. So if I did very well with this attack damage carry person, we might add each other afterwards. Another way you can make friends is you can see if you watch this video, I make a lot of emotes. I'm kind of a emote person. I'm a very like when I'm playing League, it's a very happy thing. So while I do a lot of emotes, I think most of the time play quite well. And so people like to, add that. they seem pretty fun. You can see people are following my emotes. When you emote, somebody else emotes, you kind of have this sort of like
voiceless conversation.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a vibe, and you feel good, and they're probably smiling, and I'm smiling, and it's all fun and games.
That's awesome. So next question, and you mentioned at the beginning, you were saying that this is a special game type you played.
Mm-hmm.
I was under the impression that League was just strictly game type was the, I guess, was it 5v5 MOBA type, but there are other game types. Can you explain that?
There's the most common, or the one people think about is called Summoner's Rift. That's the MOBA, that's the 3-lane, that's like Dota, or it's not Swift, it's like the Titan. Smite, I think.
Smite is a MOBA.
It's like the 3-lane thing, but this is a 1-lane, so there used to be, well, if you played League of Legends, some people will say, all mid. And so no one will go top, no one will go bottom, no one's in the jungle. You're just going mid lane and you just, you fight. And that's all what this is. So that's how this game mode sprouted.
Okay.
And then now you have people, definitely when you play ARAM, I am ashamed to admit that I'm at the very, very, very top of the ARAM distribution layer.
So what does that mean?
With like any game thing, you have something called matchmaking,
Right.
MMR rating. So
Okay.
with chess, it goes to like 3K or something like that.
That's like the rating scale. Okay.
Most people are like 50%, meaning average distribution. I happen to be like the top 3 to like 1.
Oh, okay, so you're very high rated.
Very
like
high.
top of the top.
The problem is it takes me 3 minutes to get into a game now. It used to be I can get games instantly. But
Because they can't find people with the same rating. Okay.
But I think it's just because I play ARAM. Like I'm a sole ARAM player now.
Okay.
I'm sure people who play Summoner's Rift, if I were to play there, I wouldn't climb anywhere as close as high.
Okay. So besides ARAM, which is this single lane mode, and Summoner's Rift 3-lane mode, is there any other type of modes of gameplay?
There's some seasonal ones. There's like Nexus splits.
So
that's like they took it's actually 5 against 5, but just on a different map. There's also 3v3. On Twisted Treeline, that's another map. It's like Summoner's Rift, Twisted Treeline. This is Howling Abyss. You can do ARAM's the only one that doesn't have like ranked systems where like it's very competitive against teams. This is more like everybody's random on a random champion, so you have to be comfortable playing many different types of champions. Each champion has a different play style. I happen to be an assassin right now.
So each game type, is it tied to a specific map, or does they have multiple maps tied to it? So Summoner's Rift, are there multiple maps you play in Summoner's Rift?
Just one map, and it's always 5v5 unless you have like AFK or like someone who rage quits.
But technically supposed to be 5v5. Okay. So then all those game types, they're all specific to one map. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So I see what you mean. So for Twisted Tree Line, that map, it's always 3v3. For Summoner's Rift, it's 5v5, and ARAM, it's 5v5.
Okay. But I didn't realize that. But okay, so that means that when you pick a game type, you not only know how you're gonna play, but like all the map layout and stuff you already know ahead of time, because there's no kind of question. Okay. So then I assume this might tie into your favorite game type, but do you have a favorite map?
Definitely Howling Abyss, this map here.
Okay.
It's funny that they did a seasonal map change. It was called like Bilgewater Deep or something like that, where they took this ARAM mode and they switched the map out. I couldn't play for it actually for a whole month. I tried my best. It was the layout that made it so difficult. The layout change, they're definitely mess with the strategies. You can see the bushes there on the side. They kind of changed the coloring of it, so I couldn't really tell if I was if you're in a bush or hidden.
Oh, okay.
So there are like certain strategies, and it just really messed with like my brain almost. Like it just didn't work out.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So going off of another layer of the strategy in this game, do you have a favorite champion?
My favorite champion. So I was a one-trick pony, OTP, on Summoner's Rift. I used to play Katarina.
Actually, no.
She got reworked, so she even after the rework I played her. She's someone who's she's an assassin, so my favorite playstyle is assassin, definitely.
So like dive in, pick off one, like pop in, pop out.
It's actually dive in. That's another way to do it. It's also setting up plays for the team. So if I can pick off somebody and make the fight a 5v4, that's definitely gonna be in our favor.
Okay.
If you're talking about a map that has 3 lanes, and I play mind games where I will set up a step in advance, I will make the waves, all these minions, push towards them slowly. And so you have a large wave of minions, and the attack damage carrier or someone who's very high priority who needs the gold that you can get from the minions will start to farm it. And so I will wait off to the side hidden and wait for them to come because they're greedy, and I will assassinate them. And then that gives us the advantage of, okay, I've assassinated someone who's very high in damage, and now we can go win a fight. Or I can push by my own as an assassin, and then since usually most of the time no one can 1v1 an assassin unless they're quite ahead in the game where they can outplay you or something like that. So I might push alone, and their team is doing another thing. They're contesting some objective, and I might try to take my own objective. Make it so that either the enemy has to come towards me
and kind of break up that whole flow they had going,
exactly,
or they just let it go.
I like to disrupt. That's just my play style. Definitely like to think a bit harder. So with Katarina, another assassin I play is called Talon.
So how many hero champions are there in League of Legends? Because I know there's a lot, right?
There's definitely a lot. There's probably going to be like 128.
Oh my god, that is...
Maybe, no, I don't know, 107.
And each character, I mean, more or less, is fundamentally different, yes?
Yeah, definitely different.
Okay. Going off of that, I know that a big part of, I guess, the champions is the skins, and I've heard a lot about that and microtransactions and stuff like that. How much money, if you have you spent on League of Legends?
Why you gotta ask that question, man? It's definitely over $1,000 I've probably spent.
Was it on skins or other stuff?
Skins, boosts, gifting people things, in-game, items, I guess, like that. I have 5 accounts I almost at one time. Now I probably only have 2 or 3. And so I every time I play an account, I want skins. There's certain skins that I like. The skin I have on right now it's Mecha Kha'Zix. It's not a pay-to-win skin, but definitely enemies will be lit up in a red circle versus like a purple circle, and I can see it a lot better. So certain things like that.
So there are skins that actually do benefit gameplay, pay to win.
No. They're not pay to win.
Okay.
People like to believe that they're pay to win because sometimes like a spell could be harder to see on a certain skin. So certain
visual icons might be a little difficult, but not actually like a game changer.
No.
Okay. So I guess going more into skins, this might be something you're familiar with, just being in the League of Legends community. But as someone outside of it, there was a big, I guess, internet uproar and like presence with the release of a digital pop band called KDA. And so I know that from what I understand, it was a pop band made of characters from League of Legends, but at the same time, while they did make a real music video, they were trying to sell skins.
Yeah.
How did that affect the League of Legends community when that came out and all that? What was that reaction like from someone?
My personal reaction wasn't anything big, but definitely my friends bought into that. I didn't play any of the champions that the skins came out for, so I don't buy them. I'll only get a skin if it's the champion that I main or someone who I really like to play.
Oh, okay. So I guess going off of that, I know that the skins for those were $15 each. Is that always been the price of skins? Or?
Skins, yes. Skins, they used to be around $10. Now you might find yourself paying $20 for a skin.
Oh,
It's pretty expensive for something that doesn't really change your gameplay at all.
Okay.
You see people who definitely have a little more money than they should and are maxed out on skin. Like they can pay for anything, and you can see them. But that doesn't mean they're good. That usually means that they got mommy or daddy's credit cards.
Okay, so I guess just one serious question coming off of that. I know that loot transactions and microtransactions are a very big point of concern in the industry right now. How do you feel about all these microtransactions, specifically in League of Legends?
League of Legends is definitely getting to be problematic, where you can only obtain certain skins by paying for what's called a pass. So you pay, I don't know how much it is, like $20 or $30, and then you don't even get the skin after paying that. You have to play the game all the time to get coins, and these coins will then allow you to purchase the skin that you want, which is ridiculous. I think
There's an extra layer of purchasing before you can even.
Yeah, definitely. Riot Games, the maker of League of Legends, is definitely trying to get as much money as possible now. So I haven't really bought a skin recently, but I'm not saying that that's the reason why. I'm just saying, well, I'm not gonna pay $20 for something that it's just one skin.
Sure. So going off on a lighter note, you did mention how just like in Minecraft and League of Legends, you sold accounts. How many did you sell, and what's the highest you sold an account for?
And just in League of Legends?
Just in League of Legends.
League of Legends, probably my old main account. It's like Plat 1, and not particularly high, probably like top 5%. But it had some skins that weren't or unobtainable for people below a certain rank. And then of course you had the border and everything. It's surprising, people will pay hundreds of dollars for border. Things like Challenger,
Like
Master.
the icon border?
Yeah, it's even though you have people who buy accounts up in the very, very top, the 0.1% of players, and they're terrible. They're terrible, but they paid like $900 for an account just to have the border. Well, you're not fooling anybody.
Right.
So probably $200 just because I had a lot of skins on there for mine, and moderately high ranking, something like that. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So and you sold a decent amount, several.
I've
accounts?
sold probably 2 or 3 accounts. That was the highest one. I had one for like 80, and then one for like 130, and then a few Clash of Clans accounts that have gone for like 80 or like $100.
That is so much more than I was expecting. I'm gonna be honest. That's pretty awesome though. Okay, so I guess moving off League of Legends, we'll get into our kind of final questions about gaming in whole. Favorite moment in all of gaming?
It was a League of Legends moment. I actually watched this live. Everybody knows that if you play League of Legends, it's called the XPK backdoor. You have a team. It was a pretty long match, probably like 40 minutes, and this was a world's match for like, I don't know if it was like $100,000, but it was a large sum of money.
Professional competitive match.
Professional competitive match. The team was losing. My team, the team I was rooting for, Fnatic. I can't remember who they were facing, but I remember just watching this in the library, and what had happened was that Fnatic, the team that was losing, had just lost the last match, or weren't doing very well, and they were pretty much already set to lose. And someone teleported into the base. So XPK, that's the name on a champion, and it's called a backdoor, where you're not pushing up there, you like sneak into their base and destroy the Nexus. And so he has like 2 people on him, and he's like dying while he's like hitting the Nexus, and like if he didn't get that last auto attack off, he would have definitely
be dead, and they would have Fnatic would have lost the game. But he got the last auto talk off, and it was like the
Last
crowd.
second comeback,
Yeah,
basically.
literally last second comeback. It was amazing. I remember, like, I was so happy that day, and the crowd went wild. And that's a moment to, like, everybody talks about that moment, the best moment in League of Legends.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's definitely something I don't. Maybe in the follow-up, if people demand it, we should definitely look more into more. But going on to the next one, favorite game of all time.
It's an Octagon game, man. The little Mac game. People don't know what Octagon is. It's
I
just
don't.
the little, the flippy flip game that I play on the computer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the little
dude,
reaction game. That's probably my favorite game. It's very simple.
Okay.
Definitely, like top 3 in the world.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I
didn't even think
religiously play that game.
Okay.
I've donated money to the creator Lucas Calabra.
Independent developer.
Pretty independent developer. I emailed him. I said, listen, man, like, I'm on, like, I played 2,600 levels of your game. It's all randomly generated, but he doesn't make all these games. But and I said, like, I love your game. Just hope you're doing well. Just let you know.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Well, we can't have the good without the bad. So least favorite game of all time.
Oh, I don't know if I have any least favorite games. Oh, you know what it was? It was Batman, Arkham. What was it?
Arkham. Which one? Asylum City or Night?
The one that was
Origins?
so buggy, and I remember how much did I pay for that? I think I paid $40 for that.
If it's on the PC, I think Arkham Knight had the worst PC optimization.
Yes.
That was the most newest one. I don't know if.
I think it was that with the Joker, and then like it was they had like the Riddler with like 200.
Ironically, I wish I could say I could tell by that, but that technically applies to like. all of
Okay,
it.
I don't
Do you
know.
if- Could you drive the Batmobile? Do you remember if you could?
Yes.
Arkham Knight.
This was
Arkham
I
Knight.
remember paying so much money for this. Okay, first of all, I don't pay for games.
Mm.
So I'm like, okay,
So this
you know
was
what?
kind of a
This-
fluke, a
yeah.
unique circumstance.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'll pay for this game. Like I paid for Counter-Strike, I'll pay for this game. It was the worst. There were so many bugs. I was like, and then the Riddler, and there was like 200 riddles I had to
There
do.
was a lot of
and I remember
trophies.
being like, I'm not doing this. Like this is ass. And I was gonna be like, I want my money back because I don't know how much. I'm probably finished like 40%. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I love that Arkham Knight game, but I played it on a console where they didn't have the issues.
Yeah.
And I remember people saying like it was just
Ass.
pure
It
garbage
was
on the
so
PC.
bad.
Like it was
my-
reprehensible.
I remember being like so mad. Like I was like, why am I playing this game? There's no reason for me to play this game right now. But yeah.
All right. Most overrated game in your opinion? Game that you think everyone goes on about that you just at least you have the most different opinion than the general
I don't have
public.
a different opinion, but Fortnite, I think
Oh, okay.
definitely. And maybe
Not
I'm just
really
getting
that too much
yeah,
into
I'm
it?
not too much into. I played it,
Sure,
but like
sure.
people who are posting like that they won the game on like Snapchat and like I'm
like freaking out and
Like what are you
stuff.
doing, man? Like yo, people win games. You win games. It's just what happens. But that ain't it. That ain't it. No.
So have you played enough to win a game? Have you won?
I have personally. I've not played enough Fortnite to win a game.
Uh-huh. That's fair enough.
I played it with the team that's won the game for me.
Oh, but like like,
Not, but like
where
when
you
not,
had a
it's just me
significant
alone.
effort.
Yeah,
Okay.
PUBG. Yeah, I have some.
No, you definitely-
Yeah,
PUBG. All right, most underrated game in your opinion?
that Octagon game, man.
Yeah?
I love that game. People don't play it.
Fair answer, yeah, because I've never heard that before. But all right, so now we're gonna do the sudden death. Very short answers, very quick questions to round this all out. Okay, so just don't worry about explaining it. Just nail it with whatever comes to your mind first.
Okay.
If there's anything that really stands out, we'll ask for clarification afterwards. But just a speed burst of questions. Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Favorite PC game.
League of Legends.
Favorite PlayStation game.
Need for Speed 2.
Favorite Xbox game.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Favorite web/flash game.
Ooh. That's.
If you say pass, you can come back to it at
Pass.
the end. Okay. Favorite card game.
Texas Hold'em.
Favorite board game.
Risk.
Favorite mobile device game. So on smartphones, tablets.
Bejeweled.
That's good. All right. Favorite multiplayer game.
Probably have to be Team Fortress 2.
Okay. Favorite single player game.
Minecraft.
Favorite weapon.
Like in real life?
Oh, sorry, in a video game.
Oh, the minigun, the Hulong heater from Team Fortress 2. This thing shoots fire and bullets.
Solid. All right, last question. Or sorry, second to last question. Favorite story in a video game?
Oh, that's kind of hard. Super Mario Odyssey? No.
Oh,
The Odyssey one? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
the one
like
for the
that.
Switch?
Yeah, I
Okay.
like that one. That was a good story.
So, just to reiterate, the questions you have passed on are favorite web/flash game.
Web/flash game.
So, anything on mini clips,
It was
addicting
called-
games, stuff like
It was
that.
called like Age of War, I think.
Oh,
You
Age
know-
of
you
War.
know what I'm
Yes, I
talking
do know
about?
Age
Okay.
of War. I played it on addicting games.
I
all
played
the
that
time,
so much.
where you go through the ages of time and
Yes,
stuff.
I love that game.
Alright.
I could hear the music, just so good.
So, I mean, yeah, I guess that's the real Flash sudden death round, as I like to call it. But it's very interesting answers. I'm happy about Age of War. Age of War is
classic, yeah.
game.
Age of Empires too.
Age
I
of-
played a lot.
Oh,
of that.
I always played Age of Mythology.
No,
I never
ah,
actually played
okay.
Age of Empires, but same concept, really. And the jewels. The
Yeah.
jewels awesome. Doesn't get enough credit. But all right, I guess last words, last comments. Anything you want to say to anyone who happens to be watching this?
No, just thank you so much for having me on your channel.
Thank
I
you for-
appreciate it. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for watching. Today we got to know a little bit more about Michael. Learned a lot about League of Legends, learned a lot about gaming, selling accounts, all that, all the fun stuff. Otherwise, thank you for watching and have a great day.